welcome to Yorkshire in the United Kingdom. This is the Shortwave Show. I am your host, James, and what a brilliant start we have had today. Oh my word. Well, this is a great story. I'd gone a little over with my opening monologue, and it turned out my little microphone played. You can, if you're watching, you can see right here. It was so you couldn't hear a word I was saying. I can't believe that. 7 minutes. Thank goodness I hadn't recorded the whole show. What an idiot. Welcome to Yorkshire in the United Kingdom. This is the Shortwave Show. I am your host, James, and we have got a fantastic show lined up. This is take 2. Oh, man, I'll talk about it later. Did you hear about 2 nursery school children? Yes, I'm talking about this all again, but you haven't heard this at all. You hear about 2 nursery children who escaped. They escaped from nursery and they tried to buy a Jaguar sports car. Are you sure you're hearing this? They tried to buy a Jaguar sports car. Oh, my word. This is a brilliant start. I could have just pretended that this hadn't happened, but come on, aren't you glad I told you? The biggest problem with them escaping wasn't necessarily the fact that they escaped, or the fact that they tried to escape. Yes, these are serious issues, but the biggest problem with this is the supervisor didn't notice for half an hour. Half an hour! That's a ridiculous amount of time. I mean, it's longer than I sat here talking with a closed microphone. I mean, obviously the supervisor had been sacked for this. And the parents are not taking the matter further with the nursery. Although, nice choice of car. Bentleys are good as well, but Jaguar are pretty good. Can you imagine the conversation with the children there? Can you just imagine that conversation? Hey man, we're going to get ourselves out of here and we're going to get a sweet ride. We're going to get a sweet ride and we're going to get out of here in our Jag. In our Jag. Yeah. Yeah, obviously they're gangster grandchildren. Gangster grandchildren? They're gangster... Oh my word. You know, you mess up and all madness breaks loose here. Welcome to the Shortwave Show, the most unprofessional show on the internet. But would you want it any other way? Yeah, probably. But it's the way we do things here. The Shortwave Show. Terrible, terrible broadcasting. Tell you what. The Queen of England, Queen Elizabeth II, is now the longest reigning monarch in British history. And ITV News published 10 facts about the Queen that you might not know. And I'm going to pick just a few of them. This is a real news story, probably genuine facts. The Queen's nickname is Lilibet, but the Duke of Edinburgh is also known to affectionately call her Cabbage. Cabbage. Oh. Tell you what, she also wakes. Imagine if this was you. Imagine if this was you. She also wakes up every morning to the sound of her own personal bagpiper. Every morning. I wonder how many times... That's my bagpipe impression. I hope you enjoyed it. How many times has she heard that? And then, oh no, please, I just want to lie in. Oh. Although, can you imagine if that was your alarm clock? Not saying the bagpipes aren't a nice instrument, but in the morning, every morning. Wow. I've got to run. We're running out of time. The Queen and her family. Listen to this one. Apparently like to play games in the evening at Balmoral. I couldn't say that in take one either, so it's fine. Including the so-called post-it note game, when when the right famous person's name on a post-it and they slap it on your forehead. They must have written the Queen and stuck it on. How many times is that? I bet she'd go mad if they did that. That would get tiresome after one attempt. Yeah. Although, I wonder if Justin Bieber has been on a post-it note and stuck to the Queen's forehead. I don't know. Could have happened. No offence, Justin. No, I'm not saying anything. No, I'm not. I'm not saying anything. She likes to drink Earl Grey tea and also likes a gin, apparently, and something else that I can't pronounce before lunch. And she was once apparently seen throwing a pair of tennis shoes and a racket at Phil in frustration during an Australian tour. It was captured on camera, but the footage was given to her and was never broadcast. I assume that was true. I wonder how many times she's just grabbed something. I had something to throw earlier, but just grabbed something and thrown it in anger at him. Probably only once, but okay. We'll be right back after this short break, and hopefully the professionalness will return then. But it's not very likely. I'll see you in a minute. No, I don't want that song. I want that song. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the Shortwave Show. One more thing that I didn't have time to talk about in my opening monologue was the fact that Apple has launched a new product. It's called the Apple Pencil. Yes, that sounds absolutely genius, doesn't it? The Apple Pencil. And it's like a pencil, but it's for tablets, and it's got sensors in the pointy bit, so you can push hard on the pencil for a hard line, or just light if you want a thin line. And apparently, I don't know, if you tip it like that, you can shade as well somehow. I'm really expert at this, aren't I? Okay. But I personally contacted Apple earlier today. Oh yes, you can believe that if you like, and if you do, you're very gullible. But yes, I personally contacted Apple, and I spoke to someone called Ben, and the first thing that Ben said was, please, for goodness sake, don't tell anyone that I spoke to you. Oops, sorry, Ben. Anyway, he told me some new products. This is exclusive. And firstly, we're going to get an eye sharpener for our Apple Pencil. We're going to get an eye sharpener, and of course that means we're going to get the eye eraser, and we're going to get the eye pencil case as well. And then coming with that, we're going to get the eye desk. The eye desk, yes, somehow technologically revolution. Then we're going to get the eye office. The whole, not to be confused with Microsoft Office, Word, PowerPoint. We're going literally an office building that's somehow technologically revolutionary. And another new product, completely in relation to stationery, is the I am broke because Apple products cost so much money, please help me. That's a very interesting new product there. And then to go with that, there is the I don't want another Wonga loan. And but this is the last one. Is what I'm interested in. It's called the I don't know why I'm mocking Apple when their logo is on my desk. So that's something I may be investing in. All right. Oh, have I turned the microphone back on? Yes, I have. It's time, ladies and gentlemen, for viewer mail. And we have got some brand new viewers to Just Try My Best, James. And I might have accidentally fired a character from my show. Did I say character? Sorry. I mean, I may have fired Arthur, who is in no way a split screen at all. Just go away, people who judge me because there's a line down the screen. Just go away and leave me alone. Anyway, Joey said, fire him. He's a yeasty, toad-spotted wagtail. He didn't actually say yeasty, toad-spotted wagtail. Part of the deal I had that when I joined YouTube was that I personally wouldn't swear on YouTube. So I'm sticking that by that deal, and what I'm doing is I'll replace rude words when I'm reading comments with Shakespearean style insults. And come on, my family might watch this. I'm not trying to positively influence children. Schools are full of little Gordon Ramsay impersonators these days. And in fact, all the time, I was at school as well. Nothing against Gordon Ramsay, please don't be offended. I don't mean it. Alright, I also asked for any other viewer mail, and Joey said, because I also asked for viewer mail, and I posted a little rerun, because Just Try My Best James is off for a couple of weeks. I posted a rerun of an old video called The Wrong Answer. And Joey said, this was brilliant, it actually made me laugh out loud. Yeah, I'd really like to make more of those style videos. They're quite fun to make, and that took me an afternoon to write. That was literally a filler video, but you seem to enjoyed it. But the problem is when you make a good video, I'm slightly concerned because once people like a video, really like a video like that one, and you say, yeah, I'll do something like that again, I'm scared, darling, oh, what if people say, oh, it's not as good as the other one? I'm just like, it's a video, I can't. Oh well, I'll do more like that. I also asked for any viewer mail, and I've got a couple of letters here. And Sam said, did you see the sign outside the drug rehabilitation centre that says, keep off the grass? Keep off the grass. Thanks, Sam. Tell you what I think of that joke, Sam, shall I? This is what I think of that joke, and indeed, what everyone else thinks. Keep off the grass. We'll be right back, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. We have completely run out of time. What can you do? We are basically got a minute left of this show, although I don't generally stick to times, but I'll give you 15 minutes this week. I was going to do the shredder this week, but I've blathered on too much, so... And actually, I don't have my cards ready. David Cameron, this is the important one because it's topical. David Cameron, as you... this is something else that's happened. He's offended Yorkshire people. And as you may have guessed from the intro of the show, welcome to Yorkshire from Yorkshire in the United Kingdom. This is the Shortwave Show. And David Cameron said, I don't know the context of this, but he said, we just thought people in Yorkshire hated everyone else. We didn't realise they hated each other so much. How dare he? I mean, Yorkshire people don't hate each other. I'd never express my displeasure at anything. And I certainly wouldn't have attempted to do a whole segment of me discussing my displeasure in this show. I certainly wouldn't do that. I certainly wouldn't, for instance, dedicate a segment to me or attempt to dedicate a segment of me shredding stuff. I mean, I just wouldn't do that. So, sorry Dave, but if I had time, you would have gone in there, but because I'm running out of time this week, I'll let you off the hook. Oh dear. I don't have time to interview myself again this week, so I probably will never do that now. Lewis Schofield, who was a good friend of mine from university, and he knows Joe. I think half my new viewers are via Lewis Schofield with friends. Well, thanks, Lewis. He said that he and Joe would probably be a guest on this show at some point, so you can look forward to that coming up in the future on this show. We'll have a bit of fun with Lewis Schofield. We'll have some fun. We might even get him to talk about his new films that he's working on with his crew, and that'll happen hopefully very soon. Touch wood, that might not happen, I've no idea. But that is actually what the Shortwave Show is for. People have said to me that they'd like to be on a video with me, and sometimes it's difficult to think of something to do. So I thought if we had this, it's sort of a set format that's fun to do. We haven't explored exactly what we can do with guests, but it certainly won't be a boring conversation. I can promise you that. We'll have fun, we'll have weird game kind of segments, and you know what, we'll do a few next week. Not next week, because I don't do it weekly. We'll do it in a fortnight. Anyway, I'm so sorry we're out of time again. Thank you for joining us, everyone. I'll see you in a fortnight. We'll see you in October. Good night. Have a good sleep.